Okay, I think I'm live. Am I live? I'm potentially live. Hi, everybody. If you can hear me okay, please let me know in the comments by throwing some emojis in there so I can see what's going on, because you know me, I like to see what's going on, etc., etc. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our live plan with me for the day. I'm using the Budget Mom Live Rich planner. This is my planner of choice for the rest of 2020, at least, if not until the end of the school year, which is usually when I like to keep my planners on a like school year kind of basis, although that might change. Who fucking knows at this point, right? I can't say anything with certainty right now. Good, I'm live. Hi, everybody. Hi from Michigan, New York, all the things. Anyway, so this week is, I'll show you last week how it kind of wound up. And most excitingly, this actually happened. The garage is now mostly clean. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go on. But I'm enjoying using it, and in the personal planning spread, it looks like this. And the reason I didn't do the flu shot on these days, I mean the blood pressure, and I need to be back on it. But I got the burps. I have a ginger ale going right now. I had my flu shot on Wednesday, and I had to get in my right arm because I have a fistula in my left arm, which means I can't get poked in that arm, but I also can't take blood pressure on that arm. And holy shit, if the flu shot did not make my arm feel dead for like 3 days. So I didn't want to take blood pressure because that just sounded like torture. So we'll get back on that. Anyway, moving forward. Hi from Quebec and Spain. Hello. And Ohio. And I see all my regulars in here. Good times. So what are we doing today? Well, if you haven't been paying attention, that sounds jerky. If you have not been following along on my channel, for the month of September, I am doing what I'm calling No Stickers September, which is actually more like No Anything But Pens September. But No Stickers September sounds snazzier. And I wanted to do videos every week talking about ways to use different types of pens in your planner for a pen-only week, and then do the plan with me to use the tips I talked about. Well, this week there was one video because the first video was the little intro. And it was simple shit you can do in your planner if you have no skills whatsoever at lettering or drawing or doodling or anything like that, because I know there are so many people, whether they have skills or not, feel like they don't have any skills. And for people who do have lots of fancy skills, doing something like this can bring you back to why and what you're planning in the first place rather than the aesthetic of what you're planning. Now, because I am somebody who does a lot of lettering in my planner on the regular, I have the paper. This is from the video on Thursday. This is when I made that video. I have this here that I'm keeping off to the side to remind myself of what I'm doing in this planner, because one of the things that I want to do is only use this in my planner and not get all extra. That'll come later in the month. So it's just a reminder to myself, because I tend to go down the bubble letter rabbit hole when my fancy gets, taken. And honestly, I don't have a problem with that, but that's not what I'm trying to do today. I also have my to-do list, my list of shit that needs to go in my planner all put together like I usually do. Oops, the one thing I did not grab was my meal plan. Hold on. I actually figured out with my husband and my kids' help, well, my husband's help mostly, a new way to do meal planning in this house, which I'm not going to really talk about in this video because it's not really related, but I will do a video on in October after we've used it for a month if you want to see not only what we're doing but how it's working. My patrons know what I'm doing because I showed them, but anyway. Lots of random things that I'm saying. Lots of rambling. Anyhow. So yeah, pen only. What am I going to use for my pens? Well, my main fine liner I'm going to use is this Pentel Finito extra fine fine liner that has been my favorite pen of choice recently. And so I'm going to use this as my main squeeze. But then I also want to use a super, super skinny fine liner because that's one of the tips I talked about. And so, where is it? Here is an extra small Pitt Artist pen. And then, because that's what's in my pen jar at the moment. Do I have a pigment? My fine liners are like, my fine liner drawer is like in shambles right now. Like super shambles. There's like Snickers bars mixed in with my fine liners. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so this is the Pitt Artist pen, and then I've got this Statler pigment liner, which is a 1.0, so it's a nice fat, juicy, fatty. So I have these in case I want to use them, but this will be the main pen that I'm using. Victoria, that's super, like, yes. Victoria brought up that, like, sometimes you buy stickers and you like them, but then the person or the shop turns out to be problematic, or like there's like you don't feel comfortable using them anymore. But I mean, I guess pens could be problematic, but handwriting doesn't. So anyway, can I do Pentober because September's already all stickered out? You're not the only one who said that, Trish. I've had other people be like, yeah, I put stickers in through the end of the year. I've never understood that. Like, more power to you if that's what you do, but I've never put stickers out further than when we get. I have done it, yeah. I remember I tried doing that when I was going to Portland for my sister's transplant surgery, and I was like, well, I'm probably not going to use my planner very much, but if I put stickers and I won't have to bring any with me to Portland when I'm up there for 2 weeks, I can use my planner. So I did put stickers ahead, but I never actually used the spread, so it's just not something I'm, used to. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the personal planning spread, which isn't really relevant to the whole pen only plan week because I haven't used this in a fancy way. I've just used this to like, this is the whole reason I've been using this planner is these like life worksheets, but I will be coming back to this. So I'll be back and forth. Anyway, so what do we got? The dates, right? So yeah, what is it? The 7th, and we'll do cursive because cursive is pretty. And one of the things I suggested in the video was to write slow, which I definitely have to do if I want my handwriting, cursive or printing, to look its best, to even look like legible. I have to write slow because when I write fast, it looks like this. So, when I write slower, you can read it, and also it looks a little cuter. So yeah, if that's all you do is you just write in your planner, but you just write slower than usual to kind of have it be a little bit more legible, a little bit more even. That's one of the secrets. If you see somebody who has handwriting that you're really attracted to, chances are it's because they're very good at writing evenly, where there's not letters that are like way bigger than the other, that they all look super uniform, like a font, right? When you look at a font, everything looks uniform because it's a font. When you see a handwriting like that, it doesn't have that like kind of sprawled out sort of jankiness that happens with a lot of people's handwriting, mine included, where you write really fast and so it has like a kind of an uneven look. If you see somebody who writes like they typed it, there's something very attractive about that because it almost doesn't look possible. You know what I mean? Now, if you have that kind of handwriting, more power to you, man. My dad had that. My dad wrote in all caps, and it always looked like a computer did it, which was mind-blowing. Oh, you're homesick? I'm sorry. That's a bummer. How do you get your cursive not looking like scribbles? Well, for one, again, write slower and look at cursive that you like and try and figure out what it is you like about it so you can sort of imitate that. Like, imitation is a big part of it. You see something you like and you have to practice it enough to make it feel natural. All right. Your birthday week? Yay, happy birthday. Okay, so we got the dates in here. And then this is what I want to use for my weather, but it says workout, so I'm just going to cross it out because I'm used to covering it up with a sticker. What are we going to do here? We're just going to write on top of it. Weather. Look at that. Just wrote on top of it. It's like it didn't even exist. Now, I did not show these in the video, but I'm going to do my little weather doodles. I actually have a video. If you search on my channel for weather doodles, I've got a little quick video on there from a couple years ago. Just do how like really super fast weather doodles. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's all you gotta do. It's just a little like bloobity bloob with a little bit of a circle and some dots. And the whole week. This is basically like sunny and cloudy, but what it really is, according to the forecast, is likely smoke. It's also going to be fucking hot. I live in California and we are in a heat wave. Today it is supposed to be 107 fucking degrees. 107. Right now, currently, at 2:42 in California, I'm looking at my weather app, it is 109 degrees. Can you even see that? Look at that. Napa, 109 degrees, Jesse.
I believe it.
Okay.
I was outside today.
Yeah. I went outside to get a ginger ale in our garage fridge, and it was like, no, I refuse. This sucks. Here we go. What the forecast? You see. It's hotter than snorting crushed up atomic fireballs. Yeah. So, fuck that. But that's our, and it's hazy because of the smoke, because, you know, fires, because it's California, and apparently that's the life we live now. So, I'm going to write this in. In previous planners, I liked writing it across the top on the days. Yeah, it is gnarly. 104 in Santa Clara. Ouch. 103 in Dublin. Oh, God. Oh, no. I wonder what it is in Tracy. I grew up in Tracy, but I spent a lot of time. I used to work in Dublin when I was a teenager. My grandma ran a daycare out of the Lutheran church there years and years and years ago. And she lived in Livermore. I lived in Tracy, but I was trying to pay for cheerleading, so I would stay with her and work during the week and then get driven back to Tracy because I didn't have a driver's license for cheerleading camp at night. It was a very hectic summer. My parents couldn't afford to pay for the uniform and everything, so I worked to pay for it, and then, but yeah, anyway. All that to say, I am most familiar with Dublin and the whole East Bay. My parents grew up in Livermore. And for those of you who are not from California, you're probably like, what in the actual hell is she talking about? Well, if you think of the Bay Area, like from far away, you're thinking either Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley, yeah. That's where all the boobies are. Silicon Valley is south. San Francisco is the Bay Area, but then there's like parts of the Bay Area, right? And so San Francisco is like the peninsula, like the main part of the Bay Area. But then there's the East Bay, where the Altamont Pass is. That's like the edge of the East Bay. If you heard about the 60s Altamont Music Festival with the Hells Angels, that's the pass in between Livermore at the end of the East Bay and Tracy, which is where I grew up on the other side of it. And then I'm in Napa, so I'm in the North Bay. And then San Jose and Silicon Valley and all that is in the South Bay. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Although we never call San Francisco the West Bay. San Francisco is just San Francisco. I don't think I've ever heard the term West Bay used. It's always East Bay, North Bay, South Bay, and then the Bay. Like, that's just the way it always has been. So, yeah. Sunny New Zealand. My mom, 107 in Vacaville. Ouch. Yeah, I used to live in Vacaville for a little while too, and God, it gets gnarly there. I am in wine country. Yes. Hi, I'm glad you're here, Lena. Yes. Wine and fire country. Okay. Hi, Jessica. Yeah, West Bay does sound funny, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't sound right. Ghosting check with this pen. A little bit. Look at that. You can see it. It does. It kind of shadows Like, it's a little juicy. I don't mind it, but yeah, it does ghost. I would suggest that it ghosts probably... It's like an extra fine flare, but a little juicier. Okay, so I'm going to put my to-do list in. And I think I am still going to put my blood pressure on this page. So one of the things I want to put in here is that my kids have Monday, everybody has Monday off. I'm going to do some work tomorrow, but Jesse and the kids have Monday off. And, but the kids have school for the rest of the weekdays. And so I want to mark in, oh, hi, Mark, that they have school. And I don't think I'm going to use a ruler. Am I going to use a ruler? I might use a ruler. I have this little thing. It's super cute. Someone at the Chicago Planner Conference gave this to me as like a swap. And she made it with wood burning stuff. And I thought it was really cute. So I'm going to use that because it's adorable. And because it's handmade, it doesn't count. For those of you who don't know, I really don't like using rulers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in lines for 8 to 11 a.m., which is when my kids will be on calls for virtual school. They're in the AM cohort here in Napa. So the way that Napa is doing it is there's the AM cohort and the PM cohort. And the AM cohort goes to school in these hours. The PM cohort goes to school in these hours. And then during this time they're on calls, and then during this time they're supposed to be doing the work that's assigned during those calls. But I want to have this put in just to show when they're on calls, because that's when I know they're not going to be wandering around the house. So if I have to film or whatever, I can do that without having to worry about them coming out and being like, what's going on? You know, because that's exactly what my children sound like. So I'm just putting this in here for their schooling. And what they're doing is they have 6 periods, and each day they're in class, in phone calls for class in the mornings for 3 of those periods, so it alternates. So on Monday they're going to be in periods 1, 2, and 3, Tuesday 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then it repeats, except it's going to all change next week because they're changing the schedule. The teachers need more prep time, so they're changing it again, and I haven't quite figured out exactly how it's going to look yet, so I'm not worrying about that right now. How are the cohorts assigned? Alphabetically. To keep siblings together. They figured alphabetically would be the easiest way to do it. And the reason they have the cohorts assigned is because eventually, when they start phasing into in-person classes, they'll be attending classes at the beginning in those cohorts to reduce the amount of people on campus at any given time. Although we don't know when that's going to happen. Oh man, Amy, stay safe. Ooh, and Kels, you're sick? What's going on? I didn't even see that happen. I don't know what's going on in the comments. You guys, I can't fucking keep up with shit today. We were out in the garage. I'll talk more about this in a bit, but where is it, Kels? Let's find you on here. Kelsey, okay. Oh shit, you fell off a ladder? Oh my God, I hope you're feeling, take care of yourself, man. Yeah, I overdid it yesterday, cleaning out the garage, but we were out in the garage with the garage door open for hours yesterday, and I think it just made my allergies go fucking haywire. So if you hear me sniffling and super snotty, and if I sneeze or I cough, it's because my allergies are on the rampage this week. So yeah.
Sounds like an excuse.
Shut up, Jesse. Did anybody ask you your opinion? I don't think so. Listen to him laughing. He thinks he's so funny, but he's not. He's not. All right, so, yeah, I only marked those dates because those are the days the kids are going to be. They're off on Monday because of Labor Day, and Saturday and Sunday there's no school. But I am going to put another line in for my to-do list that I like to put on top because I don't get up that early. But before I do, I'm going to write weekend here. Now, remember, one of the things I said you could do is bold in or use a thicker situation. Well, I'm gonna use a thicker situation, and I'm gonna write, and this is probably gonna hella bleed through, by the way. I didn't even stop to think about that, but whatever. Weekend. And all caps. Weekend here. And then let's see how that bleeds, because I haven't used this in my planner before. I don't think I use this for drawing mostly. It's shadows, but it's not like heinous. And then over here I'm gonna put off, because that the kids and Jesse both have tomorrow off. I am gonna get some work done in the morning, but they're gonna be off, so I'm putting that there. Now watch what I'm gonna do. This is my fanciness here. I'm gonna take a ruler. Yeah, live my best ruler life. Because that's about when I get up, ish. 7-ish. Don't say a fucking word, Jesse. He's got his... Oh, he took his headphones off. God damn it, he's gonna hear me talking shit.
I'm a good listener. I heard my instructions.
So what this is the line for my to-do list up here at the top every day. Like, I like to give myself a list of priorities. So that's what this line is. But then I have like my little pseudo weekend banner and my pseudo off day. Does that make sense? Which will also be a pseudo off day, because I'm, like I said, I'm going to still get some work done, just not very much, because I would like to spend the day hanging out with my kids and my husband. But I also, you know, when you're your own boss, you got shit to do. So there's my situation. And then September 21st for a school start. What? East Coast doesn't start till... Wow, you guys must have moved it back a lot. We started on the 20th of August. And normally we would have started a few days before that. So yeah. So then I'm going to put down here another line, because I'm usually in bed by 10 because I'm an old lady. And technically I'm usually in bed by like 9, but I'm usually trying to like be asleep by 10. But I'm usually in bed by 9 because I'm like, for those of you who don't know, I'm a sick ass person. Not sick in like a twisted way, although some people might say that. But sick as in chronically sick, and I am in late stage renal disease. My kidneys are beginning to fail, and by the end, they're also gigantic. Look up PKD and then look at the pictures if you have a strong stomach. My kidneys are like football sized, so they hurt me a lot during the day. And by 9 o'clock or so, at the very latest, I am usually so done. And so I'm usually in bed and trying to like not hate my life at that point. Okay, so we have school marked in. We have my to-do list marked in, and we have a spot down here. And what I did last week, and it's been working pretty well, is writing down what we have for dinner. Because what we do instead of meal planning for every night, we just we meal plan for a list of meals and then make them depending on who's cooking and what we're feeling up to and whether or not like something needs to be cooked before it goes bad sort of situation. So it's just like a nice little record of when the stuff actually gets made. I'm looking more comments talking about school. My God, my finger itches so much. They're still figuring ours out, Pam. Like, they had it pseudo figured out, and then 2 weeks into the school year, we're making more changes. So, who fucking knows, right? Okay, so we got that in. Now, the next thing is on Monday, I would like to get work done in the morning so that I can spend the rest of the afternoon, not working. Yeah. But the first thing I'm going to do is something I specifically am going to do is put in my window between 1:30 and 2:30 where I'm going to be doing my shopping with Imperfect Foods, which is something I gave a try this week. And I'm going to do another, like, I'm going to kind of do this situation because I kind of want to make it look kind of scribbly. And so that's going to be my Imperfect Foods shopping window. because we get deliveries on Thursday. And so what I like about it is that you get to pick what you want. We got it this last week and everything was great and I was able to process it. And we've been cooking with it so far. So I'm going to give it a week where it's just Jesse and I with a smaller order and see how that goes. Because we'll get it on Thursday, which means, let's put this a different way. I share custody of my children and we trade on Fridays, which I should also put in. So maybe up here, kids. K plus R, 2 dads. That way. Okay, there's an arrow. Okay. So my kids trade on Fridays. Anyway, so the food we'll get on Thursday will be for the week when it's just Jesse and I. Angie, thank you. Okay. So imperfect foods, and then I want to work in the morning, and what do I have to do? I need to put up a post for my patrons. I have a podcast already recorded that needs to get put up, and then all the posts made. I have a video I have to edit, and I have a contract I have to get finished up and emailed out. So just some administrative work, basically. Probably about 2 to 3 hours of work in the morning. And I think I'm going to give myself 3 hours because that should be enough, I think. And then for the rest of the day, it'll be cool. So what am I going to do? Let's see here. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do this. Because I don't want to do lines because we already have lines on there for the kids. And then this. And then what we'll say here is work. With some arrows. And then I'll just make a little list of the things that need to get done. All right, so there's my little work list on Monday. And then I'm not going to put anything else in this section because I don't know what we're going to be doing yet. I kind of want to play World of Warcraft with Jesse since they've got the reputation thing and I still don't have flying in BFA because I stopped playing for like a year. So I don't know when that's going to be or what we're going to do with the kids. But I do need to do this. And then at what time? 4 p.m. there is a opening celebration for the Wild U thing that's happening. If you don't know what that is, Wild for Planners is doing like a year-long situation. It's kind of like a combination of like the old Wild 30 classes and Skillshare and like a community and everything. And I like the idea of the community, and I'm teaching the first month's minor, and I'm excited about it. I haven't talked a lot about it yet, and I probably will more this week, but you should go check it out if you haven't yet. But this is like their opening ceremonies. The biggest reason I'm doing it is because the Wild 30s that we've done in the past have been really awesome for community building, and any opportunity to have community for me is really important, especially right now. So all right. Anyway, that's all I'm putting on Monday because I don't want to overload it, because if I do, I'm just going to overload it with work. And so I just want to leave Monday alone, except for my to-do list up here. I need to send contract, which is already on there lower, but I'm going to put it on here again because it really does need to get sent on Monday. What else do I have to do on Monday? I'm not trying to put a whole bunch on there. Oh, wait, Facebook post. I think that's all I'm going to put on my Monday priorities list because I've got stuff on here. And I'll just put more on it as stuff comes up. Probably should do laundry tomorrow too, so I'll add that on here. But I don't know, probably early. Like maybe start laundry here. before it gets too goddamn hot. And I have a whole list of stuff that needs to go on this to-do list. Maybe I'll just write that here. This is all stuff that needs to get done. It's all going to get repeated over here. That's something I haven't figured out with this planner yet. There's a work to-do list and a personal to-do list here. But then there's this list, which is my weekly notes, which is what I've usually used as my weekly to-do list. Plus, I'm putting stuff in my bullet journal. So I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm still sort of figuring out what works best for me. But, like, this is what my bullet journal is looking like. Like, ideas for videos and stuff, and then, like, these messy-ass to-do lists. Like, the reason I'm not doing, like, fancy bullet journal setups is because I'm not using a fancy bullet journal setup. I'm just using it to hold lists because I am a fucking chronic list maker. But, I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. I haven't figured it out. It feels redundant to have a list here, lists here, and then lists in my bullet journal. It feels a little redundant, although I get so much joy of writing lists that maybe it might be redundant, but if it gives me joy, then that's why I'm doing it. But then part of me wonders if I'm just moving stuff from list to list and not actually doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about that. Hopefully this month, when I'm not using stickers, this might give me an opportunity to really think about this and figure it out. Because all of this on this planner I love, but this extra list space is becoming a little weird for me. Have I figured out the laundry situation with Jesse working in the garage? Yeah, we're just doing it when he's not working, but we haven't quite figured out a rhythm to it yet. And this week's a little different because the kids are here. RJ, my son, will not do laundry until every piece of clothing is dirty. And then he'll try and fit them all into our washing machine, which is not that big. So there's that. We have relied in the past on doing laundry whenever we want to because we have a washer and dryer in the garage. But, yeah, we haven't figured out a routine yet. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still working on it. It's on my list. Memory keeping our reflection. Trish, you know you would think that, but apparently I don't like writing memories down. All right. We'll worry about that in a hot minute. Let's go Tuesday. All right, Tuesday. Tuesday, I got to work all day. Tuesday, we're doing some workity work, and I actually kind of have an order I need to get some shit done in. So I'll have a video going live at 10 a.m. So I'm actually, by the way, I am most definitely utilizing the hours this week. I don't know if I'm going to do that every week with my pen only planning, but this week at least, I definitely am using the hours on the hourly. I don't always do that. But this week I will. So I have a video going live at 10. I think it's 10 is when I decided I was going to have it go live. So on Tuesday, which will be something to do with color pens, because that's what we're doing. So I want to just put comments so I can be in the comments for that first half hour or so. And then I need to do some editing of a video. I need to plan out some videos I'm going to film on Wednesday. And then I also have 2 pretty hefty piles of freelance work to get done for 2 separate people. So one of them I'm probably going to be doing in the afternoon, and it's going to be pretty girthy. It is going to be girthy as fuck. So maybe what I'll do, I said to use hash marks, and I think what I'll do is I'll hash mark this hour. And then I'll hash mark this hour, because I was going to give myself about 3 hours in the afternoon. Right? Maybe add a little bit of an extra line here, and an extra line here. And maybe up the sides. And then in the middle, I will put, because that's the person I'm doing work for. And so this 3-hour period is blocked off to do some work for Gemma. And then in the morning, I'm kind of going to do the same thing where I'm going to block off some time, basically, these 2 hours. We'll do the same thing. And you could like fill this in with something else. It doesn't have to be hash marks. I like the look of hash marks and I like drawing them. They've always been fun for me. So we'll use this right here and right here. So you see I'm kind of creating like a boxed area. And this is for Claire. So see how I've got kind of 2 times sort of blocked off there? How long does it take me to edit a video? Probably about the same length of footage. Maybe less than that, depending on how much stuff gets time-lapsed. But probably about the same length of time as the footage. Or so. Maybe plus or minus. It depends. I'm pretty fast at it, but I've at this point edited probably almost 1,000 videos. So I've kind of gotten a rhythm down. And I also don't do a shit ton of fancy editing because I'm lazy. So it's very inky. It might look a little bit brown to you, Hillary, because of the lighting. It's black. All right. But I like how these 2 spots look. I think that is a nice kind of... But you see, again, you don't have to have a lot of fucking talent to make it look cool like this. And then in this period, I want to spend basically an hour editing and an hour and a half. So right here, we'll put edit. Exclamation point. Another favorite thing I love to do, if you're putting some words in and you have extra space, add an exclamation point. It's the perfect way, or you could just add a period, but I like adding an exclamation point because I'm loud. So instead of editing, I'm gonna edit. So I'm gonna edit in that hour, and then this time right here, I need to plan out, plan videos times 2 and podcast, because I'm gonna do those the next day. Okay, look at that. So that's kind of most of my, is it gross out there? And then up here, I am just putting inbox because at this point, I know I'm going to have avoided my email for long enough, so I better check it out, right? So that kind of gets me through Tuesday's work day, which is, you know, this day. And again, if you don't schedule your work like this, like I don't work in a civilized business people job. I do I do videos, but I also do a bunch of freelance, obviously, and I'm writing the book, which is going to show up in the next couple of days. But this could be a lot of things. Like, generally speaking, if this were normal times, then there would be nighttime band practice on here. And for Kat, there would be choir rehearsals and all sorts of other things. But because we are living the socially isolated life, not so much. We don't have a lot going on in the evenings this week because who fucking knows? I'm burping. Holy shit. I probably should have the kids do laundry. Not Tuesday night. RJ just did his. Kat hasn't done theirs yet, though. So maybe I should put a reminder around this time. Like dinner, make dinner. We'll put that right here. Kind of at the same time. We sort of make dinner all the time. Make dinner. And then we'll do it again here. Make. And if I don't make it, I will be coaching someone through making it. So, dinner, those 2 nights. But then I want to put a reminder here to have Kat do laundry. Because Kat will definitely need to. And they'll need to do it in the evening. K laundry. There we go. Okay. So that's Tuesday. And then I'm not even putting my priorities up here at the top either because I'm just going to do that as the week goes on, I think. Am I going to make a video or talk about it? I might just do a live stream about it. It's hard to kind of split my focus. Honestly, I'm like... Weather snow is playing up. Okay. Oh, Aaron, you said you have hard time following the schedule if it's rigid. Do you follow this to the minute, or is it more like a guide? It's more like a guide, but I've done enough stuff where I kind of am pretty good at estimating how much time it takes to do like a certain job. Like if I'm doing an illustration job, it takes a certain amount of time versus if I am doing something that's more digital, it takes a certain amount of time versus if I am doing a video, it takes a certain, you know what I mean? Like I am pretty good at estimating how much time it takes for most of the things that I do, especially in the freelance world. When it comes to the book stuff, the reason I give myself a time frame is because I need to work within that time, but not let it suck up my whole life because it'll make my hand fall off, but not procrastinate because then my hand will fall off later in the month when I have a deadline. If that makes sense. Gray gel pens. Yeah, Sakura Jelly Roll has a beautiful set of grays. They're totally right about that. I'm not sure what else. I got to think about that for a second. I think, isn't there a nice gray in the Pilot Juice line, or am I like losing it? I don't know. Okay, Wednesday. Wednesday is a content creation day. I will be filming 2 videos, recording a podcast, and then putting in a good 4 hours at least on the book. So a lot of creation that day of stuff. And so in the morning, let's see, how do we want to put this in here? The book is going to be probably from like I like working on the book in the afternoon. For some reason, I don't like working on it in the morning as much. The afternoon seems to be my favorite time to work on the book, and so I was going to give myself a good like 1 to 4 maybe period to work on it. 1 to 5. Say 1 to 5. So for doing that, maybe what I will do is, let's see here. I want to differentiate it just a skosh. Whoops. We'll do some multiple lines here. Some excessive lines. See how they're all like wobbly and kind of janky looking? Like that's one thing I love the look of, because if you draw a line that looks like shit, draw a couple more lines over it and then it doesn't matter. It looks artistic. All right, so you got this kind of period blocked off, and so I'm going to do it down the sides too. It's like there's a line, but then I'm going to like draw another janky line and just block it off this way. So there's that period. And then we'll just make it really big. Work. On the book. And see, no exclamation point, because I don't have room for it. Lapenda, yeah. Okay, so work on the book. And then earlier in the day, there's going to be like a content creation kind of period. Basically like a 3-hour period where I allow myself sort of the time the kids are in class to do this. So what I'll do is I'll put make shit. And then I'll put a wavy line here. And then underneath it, I will put boom, boom, boom. Number 119, the podcast, and then video 1, video 2. And the reason I put video 1, video 2 is twofold. 1, because I don't want to tell you ahead of time what I'm making if I want it to be a surprise. And 2, I might change my mind. I prep the videos here and I have a plan of what they're going to be, but I might start planning them out and think, I have this other better idea. So Who never knows? One never knows. All right? In the middle of the day here will be some time for lunch and whatever else happens. And then somewhere in here, my kid has an appointment. I don't know what time it is, though, so I'm just going to put it up here. Okay. And I'll leave a spot for a time because I don't know what time it is yet. All right. Your janky is my goal. How are you guys handling lunches? Kids handle their own lunches. I have food, but they get to make their own. Jesse is not going to the office. He has actually, he's now in the garage. I don't know how that's going to work at the beginning of this week because it's going to be so fucking hot. He might be working inside. Well, the worst of it's Monday and Tuesday, which is why I didn't schedule any filming until Wednesday when the heat is going down a bit. But I would imagine that Jesse is probably going to be inside working for a little bit. The problem is, the reason he moved into the garage is because he is so fucking loud that he was showing up on the kids' Zoom calls. Andrew, they're doing online right now. Everybody in our district is doing online. Kay's braces are going fine. Kat's tooth is moving, the one that's supposed to get moved over, and it's finally started to like move, and Kat feels it, and it's really painful. And then I'm gonna leave the evening. I'm gonna put make dinner, I guess. But yeah, make dinner. All right. Thursday. Another video is going to come out, so we'll put some comments here. And then I am going to do a patron live on Thursday at 2 p.m. So we'll draw another box in, right up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here. Up in here. I had the biggest crush on DMX. No lie. I'm just saying. Especially when Romeo Must Die came out. Oh, chef's kiss. Okay. Patreon Live. Exclamation point. Where's my ginger ale? Aw, Lydia, I'm so glad. Can he come inside after school hours, Debbie? Yeah, that's probably what he'll wind up doing. It probably won't be that hot in the morning anyway, so it'll be fine. I think he likes being out there because it gives him some separation, but when it's this hot, like we have fans out there, but when they start just blowing hot air on you because there's nothing else to blow on you, then it's not really good for him. So, DMX or Snoop Dogg? I would much rather have lunch with Snoop Dogg. But DMX was just my, like, super hot. I'm, like, drifting off into thoughts of that. Him and who was the guy? Russell Wong, I think was the actor's name, who played, like, the opposite of Jet Li in that movie. He was also super hot. I love that movie. Romeo Must Die is an awesome movie. I'm not even going to hate. And that soundtrack was fucking smoking. Loved it. Okay. What we got? Thursday. Comments. Patreon Live. I also have to work on the book. I have another freelance project that I'm starting on Thursday, and so that one needs a lot of time as well. And then I'm going to need to meal plan that day because that day... Well, actually, I'll be meal planning earlier in the week. I should put that in here, actually. That's a good point. If I know it's coming from Imperfect Foods, then I should make my meal plan out probably that afternoon. So we'll put it here. Meal plan. Okay. So on Thursday in the morning, I need to put up the Patreon post for the live. And then I'm going to spend some time on a freelance project. So we'll put this here. These like little brackets. Brackets! And maybe some more brackets. We'll make them a little more schloppity-loppity. Start. Project. All right. So that's the project I'm starting. And then after the Patreon Live, I'm going to give it another good, like, 2 hours. So probably take a little bit of a break, and then right here we'll do the same brackets to kind of say it's the same. Continue. Project. All right, so those two things are in here. And then you went to school with Russell Wong? Yes, very cute. I agree. Kind of like the comments. I'm just sort of looking around. Yeah. Technically, if I was going to like smash or pass, DMX would not be like number one on my list. Idris Elba has been my boyfriend for a long time now. But if I had to pick the dude who's been like highest on my smash list since there was a smash list, and he hasn't gotten off of it in all of these years, like the longest tenured on my smash list would be Jon Bon Jovi. No lies. Since I was like old enough to know what those special feelings were, Jon Bon Jovi has been on that list, and to this day, he is still on that list. But I will say that I've gone through many celebrity internet boyfriends over the years, but Jon Bon Jovi has always been a constant. And it's funny, my mom's best friend also feels that way about Jon Bon Jovi, to the point where she has her treadmill in like the room where they have like it's like her den or whatever, and she has a treadmill and she has a poster of Jon Bon Jovi circa like Young Guns 2 when he did the music for the soundtrack in front of the treadmill to motivate her. When was the smash list started? Well, I'm 40, so probably like around 1990-ish. Although, to be fair, if I started the smash list then, Vanilla Ice and Jesus Jones would be on it too. And trust me when I say, they're not on it anymore. I remember telling my uncle I would never ask him for anything ever again if he bought me a cassette tape of Vanilla Ice's album. And to this day, he brings that up whenever I ask him for anything. Yeah, okay. No, my problematic love was Trent Reznor, but only during like the Downward Spiral years when he was like the hottest, like when he made the Closer video and he licked the microphone. Oh yeah, 14-year-old Cindy learned all sorts of things about her sexuality that day. Where's the neighbor's dog? Not barking. Thank God. Shamar Moore is goddamn gorgeous, Deb. Oh my God. But I feel like I'm too old for him. And like MC Hammer was kind of on my list of hotness, but then he moved to Tracy and I actually saw him in person and got his autograph at the Sbarro at the mall. And yeah, he moved to my hometown and would be at like the Tracy Mall while we were waiting to go to the movie theater. Chris Cornell was fucking gorgeous. R.I.P. My friend wore black for like a month after Soundgarden broke up. He's old. Shamar Moore is older than me? God damn. God damn, son. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, where are we at here? I get back to planning. Planning who I'm leaving my husband for. Okay, at 12, there is a live in the Wild U with Siobhan, who is the major professor this month. Calling it professors just sounds kind of cheesy, but whatever. Siobhan is teaching about like creating your dream planner space, and I just love her, so I want to make sure to catch that. And then basically in the cracks here, I need to plan out, do some more book planning. So we'll put that here. Book planning for the next part of it that I'm working on. And then also continue to work on that same project right here. I'm just going to be spending most of Thursday on it. This is one of those weeks where I'm totally planning my work week out, like at the beginning of the week. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes I know what I need to do, but I don't really think about it in that context. But this week, I just have several different kind of projects that all need to get worked on. And so it makes more sense. Like I would rather spend one day on the same project than break it up into 3 different days if I'm also working on a couple of others, because it might be hard for me to switch focus from one to the other. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe. Pam, it's like, I don't remember. I think it's $22 a month, or it's cheaper than that if you pay for the year. Victoria. No, see, like I knew when I was young that I'm very heterosexual, except Shirley Manson from Garbage. Shirley Manson from Garbage is who I might swing a little bit differently for, because motherfucker, if her voice is not gorgeous and she is tall like me. She's like 6 feet tall. She is 6 feet tall. I'm 6'2". It's a special moment for me. But her voice, I love Garbage. Garbage was like my band. I love Garbage. That sounds like I'm like making love to my dumpster. But no. I can't believe Shamar Moore is 50. I seriously thought he was hella younger than that. No lies. Is it weird to have lost all interest in... It depends, Pam. Some people, yeah. For me, like, the idea of sexuality is really exciting to me and, like, having the sex, but the physical reality of it kind of sucks ass right now because of how shitty I feel all the time. So I'm in a weird place when it comes to it. Like, my brain is still super active, but the reality of it, whenever it, like, comes crashing down, it's like, oh, but sleep is so much sexier than sex. Does that make sense? For me, at least personally. All right. Friday. So Friday we're getting the dumpster delivered. Here's the thing. We were going to get it this weekend when we cleaned out the garage, but they weren't able to get it to us till next weekend. So we cleaned out the garage. We have a bunch of stuff to go into it that's out in our driveway. But it's okay. Even though we live across the street from a school, nobody goes to the school except for the teachers right now. So we're fine. So the dumpster window, I'm just going to write that at the top here, I think. Or maybe right here. So it could be dropped off any time within that time frame. Joe Manganiello is also super fucking hot. Holy shit. Shirley Manson is that tall, Wendy. Shirley Manson is like 6 feet tall. I swear to God. Okay. So, Friday. Basically, I'll be spending time in the morning working on the book. I have to take the kids back to their dad's house. And then I need to do a little preparation for some shit. for Saturday because I'll be working a little bit on Saturday. So I'm probably just going to work on the book in the morning while the kids are in school. Maybe what I'll do is do some more hash marks. Hash marks for days. And we'll do it here. I need to order groceries when I get up, because I can only get a good window if I do it first thing in the morning. And I have discovered that when I go and I pick up groceries in person, it winds up fucking me up for like the next day. So, book. What is it in Hocus Pocus? Book. Okay, I'll work on that in the morning. And then probably somewhere around here, kids go back to dad's, but I don't know when, so I'm not going to write that in. And then sometime in the afternoon, maybe around here, I need to do some prep work. Maybe I'll add some little booblies on here, some little boobly loobies. Prep for tomorrow. And then I'll just leave the rest of the day. Maybe we'll do a date night of some sort. Oh, make dinner. Maybe do some takeout, have a date night. We'll just make that nice and big. Date night. Smiley face. Okay, there we go. The lead singer of Typo Negative. Dude, I went through a phase in the early 2000s where I was super into Typo Negative. I don't know what happened after that, but there was like a point where I was really into it. Your celebrity... Lisa, I'm going to make you feel better right now. A long time celebrity crush of mine, no lie, long time, Steve Buscemi. Yeah, he looks like a weird squirrel, but you know what? Ever since I saw him when I was a teenager in Reservoir Dogs as Mr. Pink, I have had the hots for him. Not gonna lie. So you can judge me all you want, but Steve Buscemi is a cutie. I'm gonna bold this by going over it like I said you could do. Date night, will there be sex? Somebody wishes. We can do it over the smiley face too. There we go. Date night. That kind of looks like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac wrote that. The dude who plays Lucifer is hella hot, Mary. I was watching that show back in January when I still went to the gym before, the gym got scary. And I would watch episodes of Lucifer on the treadmill to motivate myself. Steve Buscemi. Do not hate on the Steve Buscemi. I did not see him in Playgirl, no, but now I need to go look for it. Okay, so I'm going to leave the rest of Friday blank because when I don't know if their dad is going to get them after school is over or if he's going to need to get them later, so I don't want to plan for too much because shit might go haywire. Wash sheets goes on my list on Saturday, and then on Saturday I have a live in the Wild U group. And then other than that, what do I have on Saturday? We just have to finish loading up. We have to basically probably in the morning. But if I'm doing this in the afternoon, then somewhere on this day, I don't know where yet. Maybe I'll just wait to put that in. We need to get the stuff out of the backyard to finish doing the dumpster. and probably laundry. So I'll just put laundry, back, yard, shit. So those are both on my list, but I'm not going to put it on here because I don't want to decide when certain things are going to happen the way I am with work. I just know that, like, maybe what I'll do is I'll just put in housework, definitely in the morning, but in the evening I'd probably like to play World of Warcraft with Jesse, so who knows. I think I might just leave Saturday blank for now and fill it in as the week goes on, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like next week in the plan with me like I did this week. When I you know, you guys know, when I plan as I go, so that means, like, these weeks where I've got a lot on here, there's that, but then there's, like, other days where I don't want to schedule things early because it could be a problem. And then on Sunday, we have patron hangout. And then this same plan with me, we will do some more hash marks here because I'll probably give it at least, well, this might be more of room than it really needs, but whatever. We'll give it till, like, this far. Give it, like, 2 hours. That was a lot of hash marks when I probably needed more space to write, but whatever. Whatever. Live. Plan with me. And then, oh, I have a bill to pay that day. And prep lunches for the next week for Jess and I, just to check and see what we need. And then Thursday, one thing I will need to do at some point before the box gets delivered or after the box gets delivered is clean out fridge. That happens right before, and then this one would be clean pantry. Just to make sure there's nothing gross lurking in there. Ever since we had our brush with our... Oh, that's the other thing I'm doing this weekend. Gotta remember that. Defrost freezer. That's also happening this weekend. So, this coming up weekend. Ever since we had our brush with pantry moths, I am not living that let everything in your fridge live forever life. But look at this so far, you guys. Here's my list of things that you, like, the things you can do if you don't know how to draw or doodle. And, like, look, isn't this cute? I think this is cute, right? You had a crush for Mork and Robin Williams. Dude, what movie was it where Robin Williams was super hot to me? It wasn't... I want to say it's Hook. It's not Hook. There was... It wasn't Hook. There was a movie where I thought he was super hot. Like, he was playing it more serious. I don't remember what it was, but I have a vague memory of this. Okay. So this is where we're at, and then I'm just going to take a second and fill some of this in. I think I'm actually going to use this for housework this week and maybe use this down here for blood pressure because I really, after yesterday, I really don't want to pile up a whole bunch of cleaning on one day. So I might just need to get a little bit done every evening before I go to bed. So maybe using this bottom area for blood pressure this week will be better. And then if that's the case, then on Saturday, wash sheets, laundry, and clean up backyard. We already got that figured out. And then on Sunday, defrost freezer. On Thursday, clean out fridge. On Friday, Jesse needs to clean our bathroom, so I'm putting that on here. Clean bathrooms. Kids and Jesse are going to be doing that, but I will be reminding them of that tomorrow. Not me. Clean out fridge, clean out pantry. But what I need to do tomorrow is pass through. I don't remember. No, it wasn't Patch Adams. It might have been Popeye, which sounds terrible, but it might have been Popeye. Shut up, Jesse. Don't make that face at me. You married me.
Let's talk about Robin Williams makes you want to watch Death to Smoochie.
Oh! It was Death to Smoochie. He was such a dick in that movie. I thought it was super hot. I have a type, apparently, and it's not you, because you're not a dick. But I love you. I have your physical type and asshole personality type, apparently. So, it was Death to Smoochie. Holy shit. I had the hots for Robin Williams when he was Evil Barney. Oh, no, he wasn't Evil Barney. Fucking Edward Norton was Evil Barney. He was evil, like, children's host.
He was Rainbow Randolph.
Rainbow Randolph, yes. Okay, so the meals that I have for this week, we already made the broccoli mac and cheese. And we already made the chicken tacos. Alfredo pasta. And pork chops. And dinner salad. And spaghetti. And we can make regular tacos. Okay. So it's the dinners I have so far for this week. If you haven't seen Death to Smoochie, by the way, 10 out of 10 recommend. Death to Smoochie is a rad-ass movie. It's super black comedy. All right. I think, let's see here. So, there is one big thing on my personal to-do list that has to get done that's not on any of my lists because I don't know when I'm doing it. Insurance reimbursement forms for something because I got to get that done. So, that's big. Number 1 on my list. Okay. So the main goal for this week is sketches for project. And also like freelance work. All those projects need to get major work done on them this week. So that's my big focus. How I used my shopping list this week was I started just putting things down here as we needed them. And then when I made my big shopping list, I had it transferred over to here. But that was just sort of like, this is like my catch spot for like, oh, we ran out of brown sugar, put it on here. We ran out of garlic powder, put it on here. Like this is where I just write things down throughout the week until it's time to go shopping. And then my goals for this last week that I was checking were not ordering out. Did I recover that day and did we open the house up? I'm definitely putting open house up back on here because I don't know when that's going to happen with the heat and everything else. Wake up at 7 a.m. will be on here as well because that is something that I've been trying to do. No lie, this is so terrible. My problematic favorite is Edward Norton in American History X. But not after he like goes to prison and grows his hair out, but in the flashbacks when he's all bald. And that makes me feel so terrible about myself. But at the same time, like, I didn't know that little man could get so muscular. What else did I want to put on this? Open house up, wake up at 7 a.m. I think those two. Oh, and here. Take out question mark. So I guess if I did, I'll check it off. No, take it. That way I can check it off more often, hopefully. All right. And I think that is everything I'm going to put on here. Oh, dude, the Neverending Story and Labyrinth were like... The Neverending Story, the Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, The Goonies, and The Monster Squad were like the movies of my child. Oh, Bill and Ted. And Bill and Ted were the movies of my childhood. And I watched Bill and Ted Face the Music with Jesse this last weekend, and it was great. It was adorable, and I loved it. This weekend, I watched... Exactly, Nicole. Like, the movie disturbs me, but fuck, he was hot. I don't think... Like, Flea's not my type. I love his personality, and I love his slap bass playing. But if I was going to pick a bass player for the hotness, it would be post Second Law Chris from Muse, after he went off the alcohol and got super fit. He's goddamn gorgeous. I can't get over it either, Evangeline. When I heard that Chadwick Boseman died, it like hit me hard. I don't think I've been hit that hard by a celebrity passing away since, I don't even know. I can't even, like, because a lot of people, when they passed, like, they were older. Maybe Prince. Might have been Prince. It was like Bowie was older. Like, it wasn't that shocking. But Chadwick Boseman was only 3 years older than me. Oh, great. Well, Ashley, tell your friend that I thought it was fantastic. I, this weekend, watched 2 movies that were kind of culty on Netflix that I really both enjoyed and wasn't sure I enjoyed. One was called 1BR, like one bedroom, 1BR. And then the other one was called The Invitation. And then we also watched The Babysitter for the first time. We hadn't seen that before, and that movie was glorious. If you like gory horror comedies, The Babysitter, 10 out of 10 recommend. All right, you guys. Anyway, so this is where I'm going to leave my situation for right now. Next week is all about color, and so that means that next plan with me is going to be very vibrant. So be prepared for that. Next video will be up on Tuesday at 10 a.m. I hope to see you there in the comments. And the next live plan with me will be next Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. I hope to see you there. Let me know in the comments after the video uploads, after this uploads, so not in the live chat, but in the comments so that it like stays for posterity. If you might be interested in hearing about our new interesting meal planning situation that we've got going on. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Like this video on your way out. All of those things. And until next time, my dudes, peace out. You know I love ya. Because I do. Bye.